the beginning of a new week in Downing Street. But the Prime Minister and the Chancellor have already been concentrating on a formidable strategy for the country's banks. The government is taking a £20 billion stake in Royal Bank of Scotland. It's also making similar but smaller arrangements with other banks.
Over the last few days, we've shown we're determined to take all the far-reaching decisions needed to support British families and British businesses through these difficult times. So today we are implementing the restructuring plan we announced last Wednesday, action that we are taking to deal with the impact and the root causes of the current financial instability, the excessive and sometimes undisclosed risk-taking by financial institutions which didn't have adequate capital or proper transparency. Now, the action we are taking is unprecedented, but essential for all of us. It is not just important to economists and financial experts, it's something that matters for every family and business in Britain. In extraordinary times, with financial markets ceasing to work, the government cannot just leave people on their own to be buffeted about. For savers, for small businesses and for homeowners, we must, in an uncertain and unstable world, be the rock of stability upon which British people can depend. So in addition to the extra liquidity the Bank of England is continuing to provide this morning, Alistair Darling has made two major announcements. First, British banks are being strengthened today through the injection of nearly £50 billion of new capital from the government and from the markets. There's not a bank in the world that has not been affected by the global storm, some more than others. But at this time of uncertainty, we want British banks to be able to lead the world and to be as strong and as well capitalised as any across the globe.
We are doing everything that is necessary here. We're doing it decisively, we're doing it quickly, but that also needs to be replicated in other parts of the world with other governments doing similar things. And it is striking that in my conversations with my counterparts at the G7 and the IMF in Washington over the weekend, and with the Prime Minister's discussions with his colleagues in France yesterday, that right across the world, governments are now ready to do whatever it takes, whatever is necessary, to stabilise and strengthen the banking system and to help us deal with the uncertainty and turbulence. As you just said, the key here is restoring confidence and trust, and I believe this is a significant and necessary step along the way to doing that.
The most precious asset of all is something that, if lost, can only be restored not by words but by actions, and that is the asset of trust and confidence. Confidence about the future is needed for confidence today. It is to build the trust and confidence we need that is the purpose of today's far-reaching announcements.
There is major restructuring going on in Downing Street at the moment in more ways than one. These measures are not being made to shore up a facade of banking systems, but to give the financial and public sector the new confidence needed to build a national and international financial order.